Just wait, man. I got the joke to end all jokes. I'm gonna give you a preview of it.
No, you should just spring it on me.
No,
You're
I
gonna
can't.
spoil it.
This is not something that can be sprung. This is you've got to be prepared for it because you are going to lose it. It's gonna make you laugh so hard, and I don't want to interrupt the show.
You don't want to interrupt the show with laughter.
Yeah. When my turn for games comes up, I'm gonna say.
Welcome to Zero Hit Points. It's Wednesday, November 8th. I'm Ryan Miller, and he's got all the time in the world. It's Matt Amber.
I've got 2 times of the paradise.
I didn't think that was a song. I'm very careful about the words I choose because I know if it's too close to song lyrics, was that an actual song?
I've got 2 tickets to paradise, yes.
Oh, that was the...
It didn't work.
It's not a battle I can win. That's what I'm
Is there a battle here? I don't know. I'm all right, man. Let's fight.
Okay.
Podcast, go!
Podcast went.
Yeah,
my friend.
Dude, I got to tell you, this week, so much, like, I had no time for anything. I
didn't even ask you yet. Like, this is... Come on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We were still in the part before we get serious.
Is moving forward out of bounds here? I'm glad that we're setting these boundaries up 2 years later.
I said we had all the time in the world.
Oh, man.
You should see this. Yeah, what's breaking? I heard that.
Don't worry about it. Stop it. 0 hit points is fine.
the website is making audible noises as it falls apart.
Oh, shattering glass. Yeah, it's good. Hey, I gotta smack myself for a second.
Okay, now we can go. Hey, what'd you do this weekend?
Oh man, I was so
week
busy.
Past.
Dude, people were here like forever, and they're always here.
Are they still there?
They're not. They left this morning.
Oh, that's.
But
okay.
yeah, we had visitors for the weekend, and so we went hiking up at a couple of places that are hikey places. I don't really remember what they're called. One of them was called Garden of the Gods. Actually, I do remember that because it is a really awesome area that has all these man-made or not man-made, but like these just like it's got a balancing stone.
They're made by gods.
Yeah, it's got this balancing stone that's one of those gigantic rocks that like tapers down, but somehow is still standing straight up on like another stone. And it's just this really beautiful area. So we went hiking up there, and we went hiking.
Do you go hiking often?
No, I don't. I mean, Beth tries to go pretty regularly. I hate it.
Well, yeah, me too, generally. I was trying to figure out how we both ended up on a hike at like the same time even.
Because we have friends here. That's my excuse. They wanted to go hiking, and I didn't want to throw a hissy fit.
But wait, you did 2 hikes?
We did. 2 consecutive days, man.
Oh, what?
I know. I was out of the house in nature, and look.
So what was the one you sent me a video of?
That was from Garden of the Gods. There was
all right.
Yeah, so there was totally in the Garden of the Gods, there are these rock formations, and I don't know if you could really tell in the video or not, but in that spot where I come through, you could see there's people up there, and it was.
Oh, I couldn't tell that. No.
Yeah.
There were 2 little caves that looked like eyes.
Yes. Also, there were people.
You were going for?
No, because there were people at the top of the mountain. They were in the hills.
Oh,
so that was the.
So I technically didn't even get your joke.
You know what? It wasn't. When have I made a joke? I always say things are jokes, but are they? They are.
I just thought it was funny because the hike we did was through. I don't remember how much. Well, I know I talked about a fire. It's probably impossible that I talked about every fire around here, but there was a fire really close to. Okay, I know there was 2 fires. Hey, we went on a hike through a bunch of the burned out stuff for this latest fire. So you sent me that cool video of your beautiful God garden. And I was like, look at my burned trees.
Yeah, I got
desolation.
I'm walking through an apocalypse.
Yeah. So that was fun. Hey, hikes are great.
Hey, okay, and now I'm gonna call you back because poor connection again.
I wonder if it's Comcast. You see that map where it's like
The entire world is down.
yeah. We're in like the center of the hottest spot in California.
And yet you're totally fine. Look at you.
So far, I got lucky. I didn't need the internet so much yesterday.
I need it all the time. I need it. I need like so okay. we need. So
Speaking of needing,
is that all you did? Was that all your? Was that it? You went hiking also? Did we? Is that?
no, I got some movies.
Oh, you have movies.
What, you don't have a single movie this
We
week?
didn't watch any movies.
Jeez, wow. Well, I guess you did 31 days of Halloween movies for October, so you probably could take a break.
Oh yeah, I wish I hadn't, but sure, okay.
Or you can do one more because I have one left over that we watched on Halloween.
Halloweeners.
It's not as good as yours.
Halloweeners.
I feel that I didn't do, because we wanted to watch a scary movie. My daughter hasn't seen a ton, so we wanted a good intro scary movie. We wanted her to maybe get a bad dream, not a ton for the rest of her life or anything like that.
Sure.
I still feel like we didn't make the greatest choice, but we're on a time. We didn't plan it out. Okay, this is what happened.
Yeah, no.
We watched Signs.
You watch Signs, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
And I know we've talked about it randomly from time to time too, but I don't think we've ever gotten into it.
Yeah, we have. We've had Shyamalan talks because that's one of your favorites. Because you really like that one.
I really like that one.
Yeah, and we've had the conversation because it's not one of my favorites. I don't dislike it. It's just kind of there for me.
Because I thought I was conceding to you a little bit more. Just I hadn't seen it in so long. I was like, yeah, I remember liking it, but I don't remember it being like one of my top Shyamalamas or anything like that.
Sure.
It might be one of my top Shyamalamas.
Really? All right.
It's good. It's really, really good.
How'd the kid like it?
Oh yeah, that worked out pretty good. No nightmares to speak of. Like I said, I probably could have done a little bit more because it's more of a thriller. Like there's more creep out moments in that thing. That's Shyamalama for you too. He's not a gory dude.
Yeah, I mean, sure. There's, there are a few out there that would probably suffice as an entry point.
For us, it was House. I assumed that was going to be the one because that was the first. I'm pretty sure first horror movie, like horror movie I saw. Yeah. So I was like, I remember liking it actually, but there were points where I was like, I thought it would be a good one of those, but there was something in it that we thought was not quite. I can't remember. Might have been language or something like that. I can't remember.
It's just. I mean, it's fine. It's. I watched it again. But that's totally not a movie that I would choose. Like, actually, you know what I would choose is probably my perfect intro to horror movies is at this point the Monster Squad,
which I have queued up.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of everything. It does have a little bit of language, not too much. It's got a little bit of the fright factor, but not too much. It's not gory really at all. You get a little bit of with the Wolfman changing and all that, but nothing out of bounds.
Is it like more horror than I feel like there's a comedic
it's like the Goonies. It's the Goonies but with horror,
yeah, that's
but with universal characters. So I mean, it's
we'll still get there, I'm sure. Signs is really good. Like,
yeah. Back to Signs.
It's got the Shyamalan stuff in it. Like it's when he was, I feel like, getting away from the whole twist thing. So that's not so much in your face. In fact, I would say there's a part at the end that's for me easily the worst part. It's because there's a part during the film where he first finds the alien in the pantry and cuts off his fingers, and then that's the alien that comes out and attacks him in his home, like actually gets in, and they do like a close up on the fingers where he's missing fingers, and then they do like a 6 cut flashback of like him like in the pantry, and then he gets his fingers cut off. I'm like, yeah.
We got it.
we totally got that immediately when you showed. We didn't forget, 30 minutes ago when he cut the fingers off the alien. Like, this is, and not only that, but that adds nothing. Like, it didn't even need to be the guy with the cut off fingers. Like, there was no, like, knowing the alien might have a vendetta didn't really get us anywhere. But
I guess I don't think of it that way. I think of it as,
what's the point of that being the dude then? That being the alien?
It's the alien that is now most familiar with the layout of the house and the people therein.
What? He didn't cut his fingers off in his house.
Well,
He cut it off in Shyamalan's house.
oh, see, yeah, who cares then? Doesn't matter. Maybe that guy is just like, maybe he's the
Whatever.
designated
A dumb moment.
Maybe he's the designated break-in guy. Like every crew has got their. He's not Baby Driver. He's John Hamm.
No, he's not. He's the alien. The better story was that he was one of the ones that got left behind. Like once everybody figured out how to fight the aliens and all the ships took off, that's why they thought they were safe. But this guy was left behind. So they could have made a story out of that or something. Like he was desperate or something like that. Didn't need to be the finger alien. That's all I'm saying.
Finger the alien.
Didn't need to be the finger alien, but that's fine. It's the worst part of the movie. Everything else is really good. In fact, I think Mel Gibson is doing the character he got known for and the character that he does best most often. He's doing another version of Riggs. Like he's a preacher who's completely lost his faith, where he's a very toned down or older version of Riggs. Because Riggs is freaking suicidal because of much worse stuff that's happened to him or whatever. Well, maybe not. I don't know. He's a man at the end of his rope. He's completely lost his faith because his wife died. He doesn't think there's anything. There's nobody. There's that great conversation between him and Joaquin Phoenix where they're going back and forth in front of the TV, and he basically says that. So he's doing that character.
Yeah.
Except he gets it back in the end in a really satisfying way, I think. It's a good movie.
Ostensibly the movie is Gibson gets his groove back.
Yes.
Yeah, get it.
I also watched War for the Planet of the Apes.
The Planet of the Apes has had a war, and it now stars True Detective star and former bartender Woody Harrelson.
Okay, are you up to date on this new?
I'm not. I actually haven't
franchise now trilogy.
I don't think I've seen the second. I can't. Is it only 3? Is there only 3?
The first one is John Lithgow.
And that one I've seen, Franco.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
That's fine.
I like that movie a lot. I thought that was great.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Second one's even better. It's good.
Which one was that? Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
What happens in that one? Because I feel
there's a war. No, wait.
There's a dawn. Is there a scene?
dawn.
Wait, is there a scene in that one on a bridge where there's a whole sequence on a bridge where there's like apes on one side, military? Or am I just thinking of previews from this movie that you're watching now?
No,
because it's the first
time. At the end of the first.
Yeah. It's the end. It's the end. I think it's maybe is it the end of the first one? I feel like I don't know. I don't know if I've seen the second one.
The second one's just more like the first one is where the simian flu breaks out. Like the first one ends with the flu ravaging.
Yeah, and Caesar.
The second one comes up. The flu has very ravaged some more, and the apes have made a home in the woods. But there's a military aspect, and it's all.
Yeah. Okay, got it. Yes, I did see that one.
That? Okay.
Yeah, it was good. I like that one too. Obviously, I don't remember it well enough to be like, yes, I loved it, but I remember liking it.
Well, these movies are super subtle. Like it's such a weird, very good franchise. Like I feel like this.
Yes.
Who thought this was going to be how good it is, like critically and commercially? But yeah, and this is more of the same. Like it's really good. It's incredibly subtle. Like there was times where I thought it was maybe going to be the budget version because very early on, after Caesar received his motivation, it's just him and 2 other apes out in the world, kind of on a revenge mission against Woody Harrelson. I guess I'm not spoiling anything there.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously.
Yeah, you got to take revenge on Woody Harrelson.
Who doesn't want to?
So there's maybe even less on screen sometimes. It is even less special effects, which hands freaking down. These are the best special effects, CGI, I should say, I've seen in any movie ever, period.
Oh yeah. Those apes look amazing.
They look amazing. Freaking close up. There's no uncanny valley. Like at no point am I like, oh, he looks real enough, but I get it. He just looks freaking real. It's nuts.
Yeah.
It just looks good. It's crazy. But yeah, so there's seemingly a lot of nothing for an extended period of time kind of in the middle of the movie, but it's not. Like there's things, that are happening and themes that are set up that pay off in a way I didn't even see coming. And again, very subtly.
Excellent.
But it's just really good. It's good. It's another good one.
I like these movies because when I was younger, I mean, still this day, I guess, I love the originals. The first like 4 of them, I truly, truly love.
I don't know if I've ever watched them actually.
They're so much fun. The first one, you know, the makeup work in those movies alone is incredible. Totally worth the price of admission, man. And in that first flick, you know, Heston just killing it. It's an iconic movie, but by no means would you consider
We're talking about the Tim Burton one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tim Roth,
just
unreal. Michael Clark Duncan, fantastic. Helena Bonham Carter, still wearing the makeup, just never took it off. I mean, and I'm so into her. Like, I thought it was weird that she wore the makeup for Harry Potter. Like, that was weird to me. But yeah. Like, to see where they came from, and then, you know, ignoring that garbage Tim Burton movie that was just terrible in every respect, and just
Mark Wahlberg,
the Burgonator, he just ruins everything he touches. Man, yeah, what a change! Like, what like you mentioned before,
it's cool.
Who would have thought?
And you're right. It totally does have the legacy. I mean, as silly as those 70s movies seem at this point, it's very much dealing in a lot of the same themes. Like, those movies are self-serious. 60s, really?
Late 60s.
None of them came out in the 70s?
They did, but late 60s is when it started.
So we're both right. It's okay. I can admit it, that we're both right.
Thank you. That's...
And then I watched Thor Ragnarok.
Hey!
I messed up the stream. I apologize on Thursday. I think, did you still stream?
I did, yeah. I played Fortnite. Okay,
so I don't apologize. If you watched that, you came out ahead. But I went and saw Thor Ragnarok.
Thor Ragnarok, directed by New Zealand's Taika Waititi.
Whatever. I don't care what his name is. He's
who cares?
An amazing man.
I love everything I've heard about this movie, man.
So I know you're going to see it. I know it's going to be an event and very special. So I think we'll talk about it a bunch then.
Fair.
I want to mention that it's very jokey.
Yeah.
There was a part at the beginning of the movie where I thought it was too jokey. And then I was laughing so much, so sincerely, that I stopped caring completely.
Good.
It was just so much freaking fun. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, not completely out of character for Thor. Like, I mean, there's have been stories where he's, you know, a homeless dude for a while. Like, there have been points like that in the Thor universe. Am I right? Like, this isn't that crazy.
Yeah, I mean, there are elements of humor to Thor, but there are not a ton of books where he's like, it's never slapsticky with him. It's a
little bit of that.
It's rarely, I shouldn't say never, but it's very rarely slapsticky. He is usually treated kind of in that benevolent God who doesn't quite get everything, but he gets it enough. And so
okay.
You know, there are times when that comes up, and then there are times when it's just his version of humor is just not the same. But there are moments of levity. He's certainly not always treated as like the heaviest character in the world, but you know,
doesn't sound like anything approaching this movie.
Probably
but
not.
But still, it's just so much freaking.
But
fun.
There's nothing wrong with that. Like Thor. Thor. Let me to be clear. Thor himself is not usually played with that way. He has been put in situations where, you know, other characters are goofy with him, just like the Avengers, just like they're doing in the films. He's usually not the one with that kind of, you know.
And again, it's jarring. Like, I wasn't sure I liked that at first, because in this movie he is very, I don't know if I want to say self-aware, but he's the one making the joke. He is the actor. He's not necessarily being acted upon, or like you said, not just in the room while other people make the joke. There's some of that, but still. So again, it's a little off-putting at first. Looking back, it's still a little weird for the universe, Thor or Marvel, cinematic or otherwise. But man, I just don't care. I do not care. So good, so fun. It's also one of these movies where normally I'm annoyed when something happens in the beginning to set something in motion, and then there's just a big digression for the second act.
Sure.
this kind of does that. Like, you get bits and pieces, but it sets up Hela, and then he's on planet Hulk or whatever. I can't remember the planet anymore.
I don't know where they put him in this. I don't
Pleasure
know.
Planet. And he's there for a large part of the movie until he escapes, and then he gets back to the Hela thing. So one of the few movies where that's done, and again, I don't care. So good. So much fun.
And how was Jeff Goldblum?
It was amazing. He did perfect. Everybody did perfect.
Shocker.
Like Ruffalo was great. The CGI Hulk Ruffalo was great. In fact, you want to know the weird thing? Okay.
Tell me about a weird thing.
Cate Blanchett's amazing.
Yeah, I really like the look.
She's amazing. Maybe the weakest? Like okay, this is what I think happens. I think maybe she's just not as good at chewing scenery, because that's what she has to do here. What
Sure.
she should be doing also. But she's maybe not as good as that as she is at legitimate acting in every other way.
Sure,
you know?
I mean, that's fair. I think there are plenty of actors that are like, there are actors that you can just kind of put out there and they can do it. Walken, great example. You just put him out there, he's going to do his work. Goldblum, another example. He's just going to. It's like there's a swagger to it and just kind of a thing. And not every actor has it, and I can imagine Cate Blanchett. I mean, I don't.
She's still great,
right?
And
right,
again,
right.
It's a I don't care,
right?
For so many other reasons, but yeah, there were points where she delivered a line, and she's supposed to get into it, but there were a few where I'm just like, okay, you can tell she's like, I'm in a Marvel movie, like this is what I should do, and I'm like,
you want her to be bombastic, but like as the character, as opposed to kind of like I think. In every aspect, probably the reason he has made his name so well. Hiddleston does a great job.
Oh man,
like he knows how to turn. He took the character, the title, like the Loki thing, the god of mischief, and he took that to heart. Right,
you're spot freaking on. And for all the movies that they've kind of done with Loki and kind of tried to turn him around a little bit, like, I think they're smart in realizing that they can't do that 100%.
No.
For this movie to do it better than any of them so far, like this jokey movie, to nail that part so well also is kind of nuts.
Which is great. And I kind of do feel like Hiddleston maybe gets a little bit of a boost because he totally falls in line with the style of humor I think that Taika Waititi puts out anyways. Like, you think about What We Do in the Shadows, like that kind of straightforward humor. I could totally see Hiddleston doing that movie.
He's good.
The way he can deliver lines, I could totally see him being that way. So
yeah, go watch it. Let's talk some more.
I want a Ragnarok and roll.
In fact, I had it in my head. You're coming here my way for the Game Awards pretty soon.
I am.
And the only thing we've thought about maybe also doing in LA, which I think is dumb fun, but whatever, was going to Groman's Theater and watching some movie there, because we like movies, and hey, look at the handprints and something, I don't know. So I was like, oh man, what if Thor is there? Like, that would almost be...
That would be pretty cool if Thor is still
too
playing.
Perfect. It is still playing, but there's no shows on like the 3 days surrounding the one day we'll be in LA, so...
Is there anything playing during that time?
Yeah, no, there's something always playing.
What's playing?
But not on those days. Thor.
Oh, like
and,
at all? Like it's just closed those days?
No, yeah, there's nothing. Which
That's
you got to imagine
hilarious.
they're closed for many other events at
probably
certain
some
times.
premiere.
Yes, also could be. So don't look forward to that.
Nope. I'm already disappointed.
Look forward to games.
I played some. Yeah, so I played Fortnite, and that was about the only game I did actually get in. I got a little bit of time here and there at best, and on top of that with the stream. I focused mostly on the PvE Halloween, the Fortnightmare mode. I'm trying to go through.
Didn't even do any no battle royale.
No battle royale.
What'd you do for the stream?
I actually did the PvE because the PvE is it's quest line based. So as you're playing, you're getting new quests and you need to finish them out. And as you get the quests, you're unlocking stuff. And so the downside to this is it's very grindy. But the upside is that it's been fun. I've actually really enjoyed the Halloween look to it and everything. I am not thrilled with the RNG. The one of the things that I kind of, and I mentioned this on the stream too, was there's a collections page, and when you get characters and you get survivors and whatever, you can add them to a collection page, and it removes them from your inventory, but the page gives you XP. And in the Halloween case, when you fill out the pages, you get items for each thing. So these are all they're all survivors that you can get through the loot llamas for Halloween. The loot llamas are the currency to open the loot llama is candy. Candy can only be got from either playing the Halloween event stuff, or if you do happen to have V-Bucks, which you can buy with real world money or get through game. You can get some amount out of that. I'm not sure what the amount, how the amounts work. I don't know if it's always the same, but because of the RNG behind the llamas, I filled out the page that you have to fill out for one of the things completely, except for one, and it's the one I need to get the pumpkin launcher. And I can't do anything. Like, there's nothing I can do to get that. Like, I can't craft it. I just have to hope I get it. So it's so stupid. And it's like every time I open a llama, I'm like, no, because I have gotten the same like 2 characters like over and over again. I just cannot get this one that I need. And it's just killing me, Smalls.
Huh.
But
how long does the event go on for?
I don't know. They actually haven't given a closeout date on it yet, because they also like got it out just before Halloween. Like it didn't. They didn't like get as much time as like say Overwatch, where they had it out a week before. They got it out like the Thursday before Halloween.
Really?
Yeah. It was out like just before Halloween. So and again, it's very grindy in the RNG stuff. So I think they're extending it for a little bit. I'm hoping that I'll get another week out of it, because I'd really, really like to finish out the quest line and
get your pumpkin launcher.
It's time. It's not the rocket launcher. I don't even have to finish out the quest line. I just need to get the RNG to work for me, which is impossible. Thanks. Exactly. Yeah. So that was it, man. I played Fortnite. That was all.
Wait, what did you play?
Fortnite. Oh, yeah.
Oh man, thanks for letting me know that.
Slam dunk.
Mirror's Edge Catalyst.
Is it done?
This is the week. It's done.
Did you like
it?
Okay?
All come to a head. I did like it. Okay. Dang, I don't even know if I should say the rest of this. The gameplay is solid. It's as solid as you think it would be. Like, it's kind of a weird case. This is going to be a theme throughout this, whatever I say,
podcast.
It's probably done as well as it could be, with the exception of maybe Titanfall, but it's solid in that the platforming, it's about as good as a first-person platformer can be, I think. Like, sure. I'm not sure how you would make it better, honestly. There's a couple mechanical things where what they've done to keep you moving is the more you move, you develop this thing called a focus shield, where if people are shooting at you while you're running, you will be immune to a certain extent, or your health bar will go up depending on, if you're keeping the flow of the run going,
right? Which
is really cool. It gives you a motivation to do everything smoothly, to press the right buttons so that you're not flubbing the run or anything like that. It's a good idea. It's cool.
And when you succeed in that, man, I know for me anyways, that was really satisfying.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
When you get those runs and you hit the wall right, and then you get the jump off and you slide perfectly, and you're able to pop back up into
it's
a
really
vault,
cool.
into another slide to go up another wall. Like, it just feels really great.
It's cool.
It feels awful when you flub it, though. Like, when you drop it in the middle of it, and you're like, plunk. Oh, man.
Which it should, too, though. Yeah. No, I mean, that's fine, too.
It's brutal. It's just... No, absolutely, I agree with you. It hurts my feelings.
It does. How far did you get in the game, actually? I meant to ask.
I don't know. I think I got, like, 30 to 40%, and then I got stuck on a side mission, and it just made...
Oh, that's right.
I had to finish that stupid side mission, and I couldn't. And then I stopped playing it for a while.
Did you get all the upgrades? Because there was a point where I tried to do, because there's dashes. Those are the time trials.
Yeah.
And without all the upgrades, you can get 2 stars at best, period. Like that's, in fact, it's almost like they've consciously drawn that line. Like there was a point where I was trying to get 3 stars on some of them, and it's not going to work because there's an upgrade that's like a tether where you shoot it across. It's a hook shot basically that drags you across the map, stuff like that.
Sure.
You just can't do it without that. So at one point I had to stop doing side missions, especially the dashes, until I got everything upgraded. And then I'll actually say with everything upgraded, those dashes actually hit the sweet spot. Those time trials are really well designed.
I felt like
they're not to the point where there's only one way to go and you can't trip up ever and you have to run it perfectly or you're going to lose it.
Yeah.
They don't do any of that. Like there's room for error, but not so much that you don't feel like it's a gimme.
Right.
So.
And I did feel like as they were increasing in difficulty, like the increase wasn't bad either. I guess maybe it just hits a cap where you kind of go, oh, okay, I can't do this anymore. And maybe
you're probably missing an upgrade.
I don't feel like my problem wasn't an upgrade. I do feel like it was a button issue for me. Like I feel like there was I didn't find the exact path, or I couldn't hit a button, like I couldn't hit a thing in time.
I mean, it does take some time to find the path. My kryptonite is finding a path I think is the one, and then getting stuck on that forever.
And finding out it's not.
Yeah, it's just absolutely,
Death. It makes
so there is some of that. Like you have to look around and find the right path, and then
this
give it
was
a couple tries. But
like I said, I mean I did this for a while. This wasn't something that I just sat down, did twice, and went, oh, I can't do it. I spent time with it. And then I went,
there's
all right,
videos out there too.
Screw this game. I'm not playing it again until the Xbox One X releases.
Is this one of the ones that gets enhanced?
I have no idea.
Okay, all right. I would think maybe not. The collectibles are fun. Like they put them all throughout the world in a way that makes it fun to explore the world. It's fun to platform to get them. There's a couple different kinds. So that's cool. Basically the entire world creation I thought was nailed pretty darn well. It's very clean.
It's a sterile. It's a very sterile environment.
Sterile, antiseptic. It's a lot of glass everywhere. The name of the city is Glass, actually. That translates most of the time into kind of a weird emptiness. Like nobody's in their houses ever. There's some mission givers throughout the world that never move. They just stand there. But the world is largely really empty, which I think is kind of strange, but something I try not to really get into or think about that much because
I totally get what you're saying.
But here it kind of adds to that whole thing in a way, in a mostly good way, I think, and in a way that I think they're aware of, because there's a point halfway through the story. In fact, tell me if you got to this part where your crew gets blown up. So you have to shack up with the wild card in the story, basically. I think her name is Rebecca or something like that. Did you get there?
I don't think so.
Okay, so they live underground. So it's really, it's that moment in Portal 1. Do you remember where you start to go behind the facade a little bit? And it's that effective. Well, okay. Actually, no. Nothing's as effective as that part. But it's effective here in that that group lives underground. So once you get there, it very much like the sterility goes away. There's dirty spaces. There's lots of chain link stuff like that. So it's cool. Like that is effective in the world building. That area is used to subvert a lot of what goes on in the rest of the game, and in a way that's pretty good. Actually, there's some lines where, because you can't ever not run. Like you press forward on the stick and you're running. You're a runner. It's what you are.
Yeah.
So when you run into that area, like that hub, it's funny because there are a couple characters that were given a couple lines, like, why did you do that? Like, because you just ran into the room or maybe jumped off the wall or did a flip for no reason, like you do most of the time when you're running around this world.
Because so I felt like an acrobat.
It's great to have somebody verbalize that. The other line you get is, "We get it, you're a runner." So,
and we do get it.
Might be the best part of the game, honestly, because it takes some of what is good but kind of empty in a way, and it gives it at least a little flavor, or like I said, it subverts it a little bit to the point where you're like, yeah, like listen to these guys know what's up, like they're the ones that understand that this is silly, because the rest of it is very self-serious,
right?
Most of the time,
totally is. Yeah, that whole story is very.
But that gets into, I think, more of the problem with this thing is that when people actually start talking, and you get into actual like character creation, dialogue, the stuff that is very purposefully created and not just kind of immersive or world building, is bad.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I thought I know that where I was at in the story, I thought it was all right, but I do think that there was some really bad dialogue in there, and they just never they were. I don't remember them getting the story across very well. Like,
it doesn't get better. No, and I mean the story's simple. There's something being injected into people, which is actually a bad thing. But the world, mind control, etc. This and that.
Again, once it, we'll go ahead and leave those kind of comments, to the professionals out there.
But it's bad. The dialogue is bad. They're the main dude in the story is Noah. He's your father figure, but that's not communicated real well. Like, to me anyways, I didn't pick up on if it was a romantic thing or if it was a father figure thing. It was a father figure thing, it turns out, the whole time.
Right.
But
it's it's a really weird relationship that they have. And the way that not only the design of that character, but the guy who they got to do the vocals for, like, it just sounds more like I'm just your older boyfriend.
They don't draw the line enough, and it makes it weird, and because the dialogue is bad, like there's a part in the end where that dude dies. By the way,
shocker. Didn't see that one coming.
Because they haven't done enough with the relationship. There's a part where he's on that interrogation bed about to be murdered. And like the guy will ask him something about faith, and his answer is something to the which he adds, "She's the daughter I never had."
And you're like, "Oh, all right."
Like, why? Like, it's clear that they're having to rush through this, or they wanted that line in there at some point to kind of explain this relationship more. But he's on the deathbed now, so they better get it out. Why in any actual world that guy would bare his soul to his torturer? He asks him another thing, and then he tells her, she's like, "Oh, you'll never get her. That's why I love her. She's the daughter I never had," or something like that. And I'm like, why would you say that to your torturer?
Thank you, Mr. Bond. Like, it's very much...
I know. It's like, it's James Bond, except if James Bond started monologuing, basically.
Like, yeah,
that's
if he was
how
an
backwards
idiot,
it is.
yeah. Good Lord.
Anyways. The missions are fine. Where the collectibles go wrong, I think, is that they put some in those missions, so it totally breaks up the flow. Sometimes when you want to just run through something and feel cool, and it's like, but what if there's a collectible behind this corner? Right. It manages to have a really good last level, actually, like in fact, great. You're climbing this big old tower, and it's while it's falling apart, and there's lots of glass underfoot that's breaking as you go, and the sound's really good and the feel's really good, and it's like there's a lot of times that I jump, or I like kind of stretch in my chair to see if I can grab onto the corner, because they put it right at the edge.
Right. Yeah.
Until people start talking again,
and then it gets really good.
And I'll share with you the final line in this game. Are you ready? It's
hit me.
After the final thing happens, it goes into the cutscene, and Faith starts
monologuing, right?
Narrating.
Sure.
Yeah. And she says, "And that's how it all went down. I wish I could say everything changed, that the employees rose up in disgust over reflection and overthrew the conglomerate. But there was no mass uprising, no riots on the streets. Krugersek remained in control. Life went on as before. Or almost. Because something had changed. We'd started something we intend to finish."
That reads
credits.
That right there reads like something that Dwight Schrute would be saying off the top of his head to Jim and Michael about the thing that he wrote, because he's like, that's just obnoxious. Nothing changed, but it did.
And it's so dumb knowing how that game did too. Like they're not gonna finish it. game didn't do well enough, isn't good enough to let them finish it, whatever that is. So
well, just
thud of thuds.
Thud of thuds. I guess
That's it. Mirror's Edge. I'll never play it again. It's done. Finished. We did it. There it is.
Congratulations. I'm really looking forward to hearing more about Infinite Warfare in the future. But now let's head on over to the trailer part.
Yeah.
Wow.
I never know what the sound effect or intro is going to be.
I don't know what they are. Just doing noises.
Before and after.
Yeah.
We only have one this week. It's Dragon Ball Fighter Z. Fighters Z. You
it
say
could
the Z.
be fighters.
You enunciate.
Huh. Because the Z is capital, but you don't know. Could it be
Dragon Ball
fighters?
Z. You normally enunciate the Z in that universe, right?
Dragon Balls.
Listen.
Yeah. Dragon Ball Z. Fighter.
I don't
Ball
know
Z, Fighter
really
balls.
a whole lot about Dragon Ball Z
Goku.
until I watched the trailer.
Karate chops.
And now I still really don't know a whole lot about Dragon Ball Z. Did you watch the trailer?
I heard. Yeah, I did. I know who Goku is. I've seen his picture before.
He's in there.
I've seen some of the people in it. It's a really pretty trailer. Like
Right?
they've totally got
That's why I put it
that anime look to it. Like it looks just like the cartoon and everything. It's fantastic.
In-engine stuff, right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
crazy for
Yeah, I just don't know anything about
No.
Dragon Ball Z. So
No.
if you love Dragon Ball Z, watch that trailer and tell us how you feel about it.
Okay.
Now let's go to the BlizzCon part.
That's the beauty of those noises. They're universal. I get it now.
That's it.
BlizzCon happened. Did you do the thing? You bought like a virtual ticket one year, didn't you?
I did. I didn't do it this year.
Okay.
I'm glad I didn't.
Cool.
It's not like I would have had time to look at any of it.
Well, so BlizzCon, you're going to get any 4 Blizzard flavors usually.
There's
it's not
only
a Diablo year, so you're not going to... Shh. Make like we care about the other ones too.
Oh, there's only a bunch of them. Why aren't they there? Oh, Blizzard.
StarCraft 2 is going free to play.
Hey, that's cool. I played it and I bought it once. I'm not good at this game, so I suck at it.
Okay.
Good job, the Fartcraft.
Hearth. It works for them all. Hearthstone?
Fartstone?
Uh,
Farth.
Kobolds and Catacombs.
That was a really fun trailer. The song and everything that was written for it. Just
right? Yeah, I thought the same thing actually. I was like, man, I wish more people did trailers like this. Actually,
it totally it does totally make me want to boot that game up. You know, like I know that game is not only a time suck, but something that I am just not going to be good at. I'm still kind of considering it though.
I'll just watch the trailer again. That's fine.
You know what? I'm putting the song on my phone.
Buy the soundtrack. Yeah, there you go. All right. What about World of Warcraft then?
Dude, again, trailer wise, that just bananas.
Oh, yeah. I feel like the World of Warcraft trailers are like, they're always good. They're always
it's just
put
old
they're
hat.
like Overwatch short good. Like they get the Blizzard A team on them, you know?
They do. There's definitely some BA Baracus thing going on there. I'm thrilled for a lot of people at World of Warcraft. They did announce that they're going to do their classic servers now, so that it's just a vanilla. Here, shut up about it. That's totally what they were saying with the announcement is hey, now you guys, we don't have to sue people and you guys don't have to try and make these vanilla servers with none of the upgrades. Here, shut up and leave us alone now.
They were way more friendlier about it than that.
Yeah, hug us
But
and
yeah,
shut
you
up.
get the feeling that they saw the need. Can you hear that guy? I don't even have a yard. Where is he yard working? Nobody has a yard. There's a plant out front.
Dude,
he's got a weed whacker.
He's really good. That must have been one hell. You got Audrey 2 out there?
So yeah, World of Warcraft. No, it's cool. You're right. There's obviously demand for it. Like people are doing crazy stuff to get vanilla servers up and running. So have some sort of official support is pretty cool. Like, also for game preservation and all that and stuff. Yeah, it's nice. It's good.
Yeah,
it's
been an ask for a long time. So congratulations to all of you who wanted it. It's also cool that they finally got rid of PvP servers and just have it now it's set as a flag on your standard box, so now you can just
You
join the
turn it
same
on or
realm
off.
and
Do what you want. Yeah,
go to town, PvPers.
seems like a good idea.
It does seem like it, because I always thought that that's how the game should have been set up initially. And I'm not a PvP player. Like, I never would have turned it on. But I feel like it should be every server that you're on, that should be the option. Because, like, you're going to be an alliance guy going into horde territory. Why wouldn't they just attack you? You know, like
I don't even understand half the things you just said. So
you get it.
Yeah.
You get it. You get it. You know.
And then, yeah, they announced the
it.
latest expansion, Battle for Azeroth, with a cool trailer. And
yeah, the trailer's cool.
Should be good.
I hate the Alliance, though. Never have liked them.
Is that the...
They're the good guys. They suck.
Okay, all right.
They're the blue fools. They have got like Wolfman Jack over there, and then like, you know, Chad the Knight. Yeah.
He did. He's a very pretty boy.
Yeah. I'm just sick of his stupid face.
The lady on the other side had eyebrows, so I mean, done.
The elven stabber.
She's dark elf.
Blood elf, I think.
Okay.
I don't know.
They're not dark.
Well, they could be, but why can't they be blood?
World of Warcraft, everybody.
We know. We are in the know. We play
and
it.
then Overwatch. Now we can talk about something.
Overwatch.
New short. Reinhardt short. Reinhardt.
Like I
said, I played this before. Honor and Glory. Very cool. It was a good
glory. I like it.
And I'll tell you my favorite thing about that short, because it starts out with young Reinhardt being a blowhard. Reinhard the blowhard.
Yeah. Brash heart.
I love that the thing he's doing that's like being the not the team player is like what bad Reinhardt players do. You know, like he basically leaves his team and goes out in front, and they're like, "No, stay with your team." And his team's like, "We don't have a guy protecting us." And I'm like, it sucks.
You know what? I didn't think about it, but you're totally right. That had to be them making fun of all Overwatch players.
It's great. It's really fun.
It was fun. I liked it. I really liked it. It was again a nice tugging on the heartstring thing.
Yeah, for sure.
I love the context that they're building for all these characters, you know, that they're like the whys, they're the why the way they are. You know, they're giving us really good context, and to see Baldric, you know, finally fall and then knowing that, like, they had talked about that when the Eichenwald was released, that you're going to see, you know, where he fell, and that was one of the skins as well as the overgrown.
Yeah.
Like, that was just, you getting the context to that was ultimately very, very cool.
Yeah, man.
And
doing it right.
I will admit I am surprised by the characters that they're choosing to do in the order that they're doing, and I'm very curious if there is an overall reason for it, or if it's just like they decide, somebody comes up with a good story and they go, that's the one we're going to do.
Yeah. No, you got to wonder.
But again, man, these, like, when I have to assume when they finish out the rest of these that they're going to release like a DVD or a Blu-ray or something.
Yeah, they should, for sure.
I mean, at that point, why not just you know, figure out a way to cut them all together so they all, you know, meld into a movie.
Yeah, I wonder. I don't think they could do that with the existing ones. I mean,
sure they could. You do it all as like the character themselves telling the flashback, or somebody telling a flashback around a cup of coffee.
I was gonna say you would need more. Like, there would need to be additional scenes to tie stuff together.
Oh yeah.
What's existing isn't enough to make a narrative flow.
No.
So yeah, something like that to tie them all together. You're right. That would actually be pretty cool.
Could do it.
Not the only videos we got. We got some more videos. We got some videos for the new hero, Moira.
She's Irish.
I'll say.
Or Scottish. Is Moira Irish or Scottish?
Yeah.
Scottish. It's Scottish.
You offended both sides right then.
I did. I think it's Scottish.
I don't know.
Moira I'm thinking Moira McTaggart.
The name or the character?
The name.
I guess the character, probably both.
Moira McTaggart is Scottish, if I remember correctly, from X-Men.
I agree.
Thank you.
And she looks like a cool new character. I guess she's a bad dude girl. dude is sex neutral where I come from, and it looks like the R&D for what's the organization, the Reaper and the
Talent.
bad there. Yeah, she looks like the R&D girl for that. It seems to be her backstory. Fills a couple things. You got 2 videos. You got one that's kind of a check out the character, lots of gameplay, and then one that's that kind of story.
The motion comic.
Yes, motion comic that they often do. And both of them are good and cool.
Yeah, she's a new support character, Heals, which is excellent because support is needed. Her kit is really, really novel, and the way the support stuff works, like really cool. Watched a couple of videos on how they've got her kit set up right now, and much like the Sombra thing, you know, on the outset when you hear about what her kit can do.
Well, tell me, I actually didn't look up the stuff on her kit. Like what are her?
So she has a heal beam, but it's not a beam, it's like a spray. So it doesn't like click onto people the way like Mercy's beam does. You have to aim at them, and as they move, you have to follow them. So you have to track with it. She has the exact opposite, which is like a death ray basically, but this one is like Symmetra's lasers in the sense that it'll just attach, but it doesn't stay as attached as Symmetra's lasers, and it doesn't do nearly the amount of damage. She has a projectile that will bounce around, and it can be flipped to healing or damage.
That sounds cool.
She has a dash, so like kind of like Reaper, but she doesn't disappear. She just kind of just shoots forward, you know, a couple tiles or whatever. And I feel like there's something else, but I'm not sure. And I don't.
What's her ult? Her
ult is basically it's kind of like a laser beam that'll blow through everything. Like it goes through like Reinhardt shields and stuff, and it will damage or it can heal depending. I think I don't know if you have to toggle that or if it's just depending on what it hits. So.
She's available in PTR now. Have you picked her up at all?
No, I haven't touched. I have not even installed my Blizzard stuff on my PC.
Your newly naked PC.
Yeah, I watched a bunch of videos on people playing her just to see what she was like. It's kind of cool. The healing thing is actually they force her to play. You can't just sit back and heal. You actually have to damage to build your heal boost. So you heal and then your heal runs out. It'll regenerate, but really slowly. So as you damage people, your heal regenerates faster. So they want you to not just be a sit back medic. And
kind of an active healer. Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
And when you're healing, like that heal goes quickly depending on how much damage is done to the player. Like those, you can lose that boost really fast. So you want to make sure when you're healing that you can get as many people bunched together as you in one spot as you can.
That's cool, man.
Really interesting mechanics.
Yeah.
Cool. So
that'll be fun.
Yeah, and I also watched in one of the videos I watched, actually, the next thing that they released was a Blizzard World, which is an amusement park map essentially filled with all sorts of Blizzard references to Warcraft and Diablo and StarCraft. Everything is in there, and
everything.
It's a cool looking map, man. Like they totally go in for that whole
fan service.
Yeah, but I mean they totally go in for the whole amusement park look. Like it just looks like and feels like an amusement park.
It looks cool. Rad. Yeah, looks cool. Is that out as well, or is that?
I think that's just in PTR
dates
as well.
On this. Okay. Coming soon.
Probably next week, actually. The week after.
That's not coming soon.
Yes, not.
Runic Games, the company behind Torchlight. This is coming from a China-based publisher. Perfect World, I guess, is the big owner. It says this is from Kotaku. Perfect World this week laid off most of Motiga, the developer of the hero shooter Gigantic, and shut down Runic, the studio behind the popular action RPG Torchlight. So
yeah, the Runic thing's kind of interesting because they've been around for so long, and there are a bunch of really interesting anecdotes that have come out of some of the developers that work there. One in particular that I think is really fascinating was that when they were originally developing Torchlight, they took it to Microsoft for publishing. They thought, hey, Microsoft might want this game. Microsoft looked at it, said, we're not interested, do it yourself. They ended up releasing the game, and like as soon as it came out, one of the developers was at PAX, and one of the Microsoft reps came running up to him and was yelling about why didn't you bring this to us? Like Very cool.
Dude, there's a freaking zillion of those stories from when Microsoft was at the top, because this is 360 era. You know, they were sitting high, like we're doing great. Who needs whatever? You know, like we're gonna do a new Xbox where you can't have used games. Nobody will be like, well, just steamroll everybody.
It's true.
But yeah, this is a bummer. The worst freaking line from this whole thing. Perfect World Entertainment recently closed the Seattle office of Runic Games as part of the company's continued strategy to focus on online games as a service. I feel like that phrase is going to keep popping up.
Games as a suckus.
So good luck. Fare thee well, Runic.
Best of luck to all of you, and also the folks at Motiga.
This one's for you.
Today,
in honor. No, wait. We're canceling the lightning round.
Cancel.
Or there wasn't enough to put in.
I couldn't get. It's like I couldn't get it started.
That's good.
I think it's flooded.
Fair enough. So let's go right into upcoming games. What's coming out this coming week that people might be interested in?
Well, yesterday, if you have a PC, until the 13th, the sign up for Uplay, get a free copy of Watch Dogs.
Whoa, say that again?
Yeah. If you play PC,
okay.
You sign up for Uplay.
I'm not grabbing.
Yep. You got to sign up for Uplay.
Okay. Well.
Yeah.
What else is coming out?
Sonic Forces and Super Lucky's Tale yesterday. Tamari, Ace of Seafood. That feels like it should be like a video game based on the life of Chef Morimoto. Dude, if you don't know Morimoto, you don't watch.
Oh no, yeah, I know.
Enough.
I know it all the time.
You know it all the time. Friday, Doom, Mario Party, the top 100, and Need for Speed Payback. Did Payback quit? Did he?
No.
No.
Did they ask for? No.
Next Tuesday, Demon Gaze 2, La Noire.
Sorry?
Lego Marvel Superheroes 2, Rocket League, and For Honor Season 4. Got a couple of new characters coming out for Honor. They got new maps. Ooh.
Sure. Season 4.
I'm seasoning.
Demon Gaze.
Demon Gaze
2.
You know, it's not okay. I think that they're coming out just outright like this. I hope nobody buys that game.
Are you going to get LA Noire?
I very well might. I have a backup here, a backlog right now, and a lack of funds because I still want to. I played LA Noire, but I want to play the Wolfenstein. I want to play the Super Mario, and neither of these things were able to happen over the past week. And
is the stream going to happen tomorrow?
It should. I'll be there.
Ruined it. Okay.
And are we going to try Fortnite again?
Sure. Let's pretend like last week never happened. We'll make this week will be a make good.
Fortnite coming at you. If you want to play it, come join us. We'll be on the Xbox.
Sure.
Hey, you can tell me what you're gonna play this week.
It's not gonna be much better than this week.
Infinite Warfare.
Yes. Advanced Warfare.
I can.
Just
Why?
Call of Duties. That's
why?
All I'm gonna play.
Why can I not get that straight?
Get what straight?
But I keep saying
Infinite Warfare is the one I play every week.
I can't keep track of what you're doing anymore with
Well,
these.
so I say Infinite Warfare as a joke. Everybody laughs.
Right.
And then I actually play Advanced Warfare because I finished Infinite Warfare.
See,
but,
that's what I'm saying.
Well, partially.
I think a piece of skin just fell off of me. Don't worry, it's fine. I'll pick it up later. There's a lot of blood.
No, yeah, maybe I'll start Uncharted. I got like 10 jobs, so I have to do real adult work.
Wow, look at me. I got like 10 jobs. Okay, well, I'm sorry. I'm only over here with one.
What are you going to play?
Fortnite, Cuphead, Fortnite, man, I'm just into that game right now. Like, I could go, okay, I want to play PvE now, and I'm really excited to do this. Okay, I'm bored with the grinding right now. Now I want to go shoot people. Okay, click of mouse button. Done, PvP.
Nice.
This is kind of cool. They dropped a new update where another thing that will drop out of loot crates now and stuff when you're in game is a thing that will turn you into a bush.
Oh, I saw that actually. Yeah.
So, it's the little animation they did for it was really funny. But it'll turn you into a bush as long as you don't get shot with anything. I think if you shoot it, you may come out of the bush. But if you get
is there
damaged,
anything that gives you away?
Well,
at all.
yeah. If you move, I mean, or shoot at something, sure.
But like they can't look at you as a bush and like a real bush next to you, and you're like a different color or something.
I don't think so. No, I think it's just a straight bush.
How long does it last?
I think for as long as you can hold on to it, honestly. But I haven't read all the things on it. I just know that if you get hit at all, any damage, it immediately goes away. As I'm not
Seems
sure
like a
if
smart
I hope
addition.
that it's one of those things that if you fire your gun, it goes away. You shouldn't be able to hold on to that after you're shooting your gun, to me.
Yeah, no.
But, we'll see how it is.
Standard cloaking rules. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I really like that. I thought it was really friggin' funny, though.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll figure is that out? Like, are we going to see that when we play tomorrow?
I think so, yeah.
On the stream
I
at 7 p.m.?
I believe
PST?
that's correct. I believe the update will be out by then. If
Alright.
it's not, come by another time, and you can find out when if you go to 0HITPOINTS.com and go listen to our podcast there. You're listening to one now. You could go to iTunes. Hey, that would actually be the coolest thing in the world, guys. If you guys are listening and you enjoy the show, we would love it if you would head over to iTunes and give us a rating there and drop us a little comment thing, whatever. It really does help, and we haven't asked for a really long time.
No, we've been good.
It'd be really cool if you guys could help us out with that. We'd appreciate it a great deal. It would help.
Also, actually, now that you got me thinking, the 0 Hit Point store is going up this week. It's only going to have shirts in it. It's the blue shirt and the 0 Hit Points things, Stranger Things take off. And they're going to be less money than we paid for them.
Because we believe in profit.
And you can get them. So that's going up this week. That's my promise. Maybe up already.
How do I buy?
Probably PayPal.
Okay.
Was that a real question?
It could be, yeah.
Okay.
Do you have an answer?
Yes.
Okay, good.